This VTuber looks so French. I'm having a hard time not taking that offensively, I'm gonna be honest. I have so many thoughts on the early story of Wuwa, or like just the early experience of Wuwa in general. I guess for me, the problem is that the experience from 1.0 to 2.0 is so vastly different, especially when I did 2.0 exploration and then went back to 1.0 exploration. That, like, I think it's a turnoff for new players. Because going back to the old areas and doing the exploration in the old areas after having done all of the exploration in 2.0, like, very quickly, I'll be honest, it leaves a lot to be desired. I personally believe that the game is only going to get better. And so what happens when the game just keeps getting better and better, but, like, the 1.0 just stays the same? It's only going to make that discrepancy less pleasant for most players, you know? Imagine they drop flying zones in old zones. They need flying, they need something for sure. There's a crazy thing. If someone's first 15 hours in the game is dog shit, they're not going to reach the good parts. Well, that was kind of my thing with Zenless. You guys remember in Zenless, it was like I had such a bad experience. It's like, why should I have to play through what for me, especially before anything was adjusted, was really fucking miserable. Why should I have to play through it if I'm already not having fun? Because the point is like you're supposed to want to invest yourself into these games. And if I'm not feeling like I want to invest my time into it, like that sucks. And so it's not so much that 1.0 is so bad, it's just that the comparison is not flattering. There's such a massive gap between going through 1.0 and going through even like just like the original bit of the game that we got on release and everything after that. There is such a massive difference, and I just really would like everybody to be able to experience how good the game is, or something close to how good the game is early on, because I think the game, if I could be a bit of a shill, I think the game's only going to get better over time. I genuinely believe that, because it seems like Kuro really is looking to make a good experience of a game rather than just like, you know, make money from a gacha game. And so like that discrepancy is only going to get worse over time. And then it's like, oh, because like, don't you hate, okay, if you're like an anime enjoyer, right? Don't you hate when you have to tell somebody, no, like, I know it's really long and I know the beginning is shit, but I swear if you just get past the first season, it's peak. It's peak. I swear it's peak. Like, I hate that argument. And I also typically don't personally do that. Like, I won't watch the first season if I have to get through a whole like 12 episodes to get to the good part. They need to remake the first few chapters. Don't even change, just remove parts. Honestly, I would be fine. I have a lot of thoughts, but as far as the story in the beginning, redo all of Yang Yang's voice lines. All of them. And a lot of Shisha's. And also some of Baisha's. But all of Yang Yang's. Just redo all of Yang Yang's voice lines. Because it is really, really off-putting. Because again, I started this new account, right? And I'm going to the beginning of story, and it's just Yang Yang was tilting the fuck out of me. I was crashing out having to listen to fucking Yang Yang's voice. So redo Yang Yang's voice lines. You can even have the same voice actors, have her redo them. They did redo the voice? No, they did not. I'm telling you, in the last 2 weeks, I made this account and had to listen to Yang Yang's voice lines. They did not change them. I was there for the original, and I just restarted this account. They have not redone Yang Yang's voice lines, period. Maybe Rover was redone, but Yang Yang was not, and I can promise you that is true. I started another account as compared to the launch for Yang Yang. Then they need a new voice actor for Yang Yang, I'm gonna be honest. If that was redone, because I was there for the original game, and I just started again. If that was the redone version of Yang Yang's voice lines, then we need a new voice actor. She's not like, something's wrong there. I'm just like, I don't want to be a disrespect to her. I'm sure she works very hard. I'm sure she's qualified. But like, at that point, it needs a whole nother fucking voice actor. But redo voice lines. Again, I guess. They need to cut out a whole bunch of the story. I actually don't mind if they don't fully rewrite it. Just cut out a bunch of the yap. Streamline the process and like let the stuff that is good be good, and let the stuff that is not as good be cut out. Yang Yang isn't that bad. You're smoking crack. Sorry. I'm sorry. I think they could rework the whole scavenger hunt part. I think the whole scavenger hunt could just be completely reworked. I don't think it adds much to the story personally. I didn't learn much. It was pretty shit. And otherwise, just cut it down. Make it a shorter experience. But I think actually a lot of the new player experience where it suffers is in exploration, unfortunately. So I do think that they should do something with the exploration. I can't tell you exactly what that would be, but I do think it is not. I do think that some of the exploration early on is lackluster, especially certain areas. And again, I'm saying this as somebody who went back after 2.0 and 100%ed all of the old exploration, right? Some of the areas, especially like Desert Highland, were designed by what I can only assume was a sadist who hates humanity, and I do feel like that should probably be changed. It's really awful. It's really not good, and especially when exploration is so good in 2.0. I think they could just change it and make it better so that when you're getting people into the game, you don't have to be like, okay, I swear the 1.0 stuff is frustrating, but, like, I hate that. One of the biggest things they could do to improve, just add this into 1.0, personally. This whole thing where you can go to directly the things that you're looking for and track them, especially the stuff that is not, you know, the Sonnen's caskets and stuff like that, like this other extra shit where there are these little missions. Having this in 1.0 would improve it so drastically that it would be insane. Hot take, but people would never appreciate 2.0 the way they did without playing 1.0. I think this is a hot take insofar as it is what the kids might call a bit of an L take. Reason being is I don't think it's a good perspective to say that somebody should have to suffer through less optimal, less good content to enjoy good content. I don't think like, oh, you should have to suffer to really enjoy this thing. I don't think that's like a good perspective. I think we should have a good optimized experience for everyone so that, because some people like, okay, yeah, some people might persevere through frustrating content that they don't enjoy the same way, but a lot of people won't. They'll say, fuck this, I don't want to play this. So I don't think that's really a very good strategy. When the early game experience is not as enjoyable as they can expect, like a lot of people are not going to persevere through being frustrated. It's not a consumer's job to give space for the corporation to prove themselves, you know? It's not. I'm sorry. It's just not. If they don't like it early on, it's not their job to like stick it out. They can. Some people will. But a lot of people won't. And they have a billion other things they can spend their time on, you know? You have to make people want to play. It's like at Final Fantasy 14 where you got to tell your friends, yeah, Rome 8, yeah, everything is dog water at the beginning, but then when you get later on, it's really good. I swear, I swear. There we go. Not gonna lie though, if they add flying to the old world, instant win in my book. My curiosity, I guess, about the flying is if, like, it's, like, how feasible that is. Because I feel like it's very easy to be like, oh, well, obviously they should just add flying, duh. And it's like, yes, that would be massive, okay? However, I just wonder, like, game design-wise or, like, coding-wise, how fucked up the original areas are. Because you have to remember, like, those beginning areas were being designed in, like, 2022, like a long-ass time ago. And so I wonder, like, how feasible it is. Not being like, oh, no, we shouldn't expect that. I would love it, and I think they absolutely should. But I just wonder if that's going to take longer than we think it would, you know? May I ask you to move chat down a bit? So needy. So needy and demanding. But yeah, I can. There we go. So needy. So demanding. I can't believe this. What was I saying? What the fuck was I saying?